My name is Alex Prifti from Southwick, Mass.
And what is this truck?
This is my work truck everyday runner, 87 359 standard hood.
And how long have you had it?
I've had it this time around since 2021. I bought it originally in 2008, and I tried to do the owner operator thing, and I had no experience or anything like that. Money just I had saved up, and that lasted a couple months, and I sold it and got a couple driving jobs, company jobs, and ended up having my brown 359 back in 2016. I went on my own. That was an extended hood, a couple different sleepers on it, and then I bought this one back in 2021. I wanted to downsize, just kind of that truck was getting to be too long for what I was doing, so I bought this. I sold it in 08. It went around Massachusetts and Connecticut. It wound up back in Southwick. A friend of mine's dad had it. I looked at buying a new Pete, and I just love the old stuff, and this was available. I just bought it back. And
so it was sold more than just you selling it in that time period?
Yeah, I was the third owner and the seventh owner.
Wow. Have you painted it like this? Have you done all this work?
Yeah, ATG did the sleeper. A guy in Connecticut, it's on the board back here, Earl Sturgis Hauling, he redid it. It turned into a whole restoration because I got it back, I ran it, I was fixing stuff, as it went. It was all original air hoses and everything. 2 winters ago, it went down to get the motor rebuilt and the frame painted, and it just turned into like, since it's apart, let's do this and let's do that. And then it was a whole job, but I don't regret it because this thing is rock solid. I mean, there's nothing we haven't done really.
Was it all completely repainted in that time
everything.
too?
Yeah.
What color was it beforehand?
It was blue. This is the factory blue. Earl got the codes, and this is basically the way it looked. It had a 36-inch bunk on it originally from Peterbilt.
Does the color have a name?
It's just dark metallic. It's nothing fancy. Okay. Yeah.
And we got all the stats here. 425 cat 3406B. Is that an 18-speed transmission?
Yep. Yeah, we put an 18 in it year and a half ago when because I got 115,000 miles on that race store, since up to this point. It had a 13-speed in it originally, but the hubs have been switched over. All the bags, shocks, lines, tanks were original.
What inspired you to get this sleeper?
I've always loved square bunks. Something about them. I just love the utility of them, and like they're you see so many factory sleepers and there's nothing wrong with them, but I just like my stuff to be a little bit different than the crowd.
Now I have to ask, you're probably 6'4",
Yeah,
something?
6'4".
Do you sleep in this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to California with this truck twice since Christmas.
No complaints?
No. I mean, it's tight. They gave me so many options when we made this thing. It could have been all bed. It could have been 38-inch worth of bed, 12-inch worth of whatever. This mattress is 26 inches. I kind of measure my shoulders so I can sleep on my back. It's fine.
Under the shelf?
That is the convection oven.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So it's kitted out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the convection oven. Below it, this space here. This is a wardrobe. And I got some pull-out drawers in there. If you can stick there is a 22-inch TV up in there, smart TV.
I'm not tall enough to see that from the ground.
Well, yeah, come back when it's opened up because there's a 22-inch TV. Then there's refrigerator underneath that. Yeah.
Can I step on the steps?
Yeah, you can hop up in there.
Don't want to. You've been cleaning on it so long.
No, it's good to go now.
How many miles are on it, roughly? Or since the rebuild?
Well, since the rebuild, 115. And I got it back August. It went into service again like the end of August 2023.
What did it do before you got it?
No, a little bit of everything, mostly flatbed. I think when I sold it the first time, and it didn't do a whole lot because there wasn't many more miles on it when I got it back all those years later. We just pull a step deck with it.
You get your own custom Peterbilt plaque over there.
Oh yeah, Cam Lavin.
I was gonna ask if you have your build sheet.
Oh yeah.
You got it from Cam?
Sure did.
Anyone watching this, Cam's your man.
Yep.
For Peterbilt build sheets. Wow, you've got a ton of room to sit up back there.
Yeah, it's not bad. It really isn't. And if I wanted it to be a king size bed, it could have been, but I'd like floor space, and it's so nice to have the TV. I've got that hotspot on my phone, so I have my laptop. I can do my data entry and invoicing and all that stuff at the end of the day. It's just really convenient. And then I can, I watch the dirt bike races and stuff at night if I'm on the road. So,
How many nights a month would you say you spend in here?
nights per month out of 20 work days, Monday to Friday, probably 8, maybe more. I mean, like I said, the California trips, those were 2 weeks. So I go to Florida, Georgia, try to stay in the Northeast, but it all depends on the workflow.
You started out, gave it a couple months, and it wasn't for you, right?
No, well, it was for me. I just I didn't have any contacts. I didn't have any idea how to run a business. I just wanted to drive a nice Peterbilt. Just turned 21, so I can go interstate. I didn't have any life experience, didn't have any hauling experience. So in the years between when I sold this truck and bought my brown truck, I was working for a really good dump trailer company in the Northeast, and I went everywhere with that guy. Like, we'd go to Florida with buckets, we'd go to Minnesota, the Midwest, and I met a lot of people, got a lot of driving experience, was able to save money, and then took that, a couple events happened in between, but I was able to take that and then actually make it on my own finally. So it's been 9 years now.
And you wanted your cool truck back.
I thought it was a cool story because when I sold this thing, I felt so defeated. I was actually gonna stop driving. I was gonna go move with some friends who were going to college in Boston and just try to find another. The guy called me. He's like, hey, because I met him when I was still running this truck. He's like, hey, I have a job. Do you want to come work? I'm like, well, I took the plates off it, but I'll come drive your truck if you want. And I was there for almost 7 years. It felt good to buy it back because this at that time when I sold this, I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be a truck driver. I shouldn't have done it. But, I felt horrible. And now this is the truck. So it's nice to look back at that.
Yeah, it's the results of your hard work in between, and you finally got the truck. I assume the truck of your dreams?
Yeah, this is like my ideal. I mean, it's kind of like Noah's Ark. Like, this is a perfect for me standard hood. Like, that truck is a beautiful extended hood. They did that like perfectly, I think. If I can't own 10, if I got to own one, like, this is what I want,
I was just speaking to the people with the standard hood right over there, and you see a lot of extended hoods at shows. This is cool and a little overlooked these days, I suppose. So it's nice to see another one here. Now, did you grow up around trucking?
Yeah, my dad, he still drives. He retired. He drove for a company for 40 years. Then he retired for like 6 weeks and started driving again for a friend of mine. And that's been 3 years, 4 years. He's been doing that. My cousin had heavy duty wreckers, RIP Donnie, but he had heavy duty wreckers since like the 50s up until the day he died. So I've always just been obsessed with trucks. I mean,
did your dad drive a 359?
No. He was just a not just a company driver, but a company driver. They had cool lease trucks back in the 80s and 90s when everything was cool. And then they went the way of the Freightliner Columbia, but he always got up and went to work every day, like no matter what, like any snow day that we had as kids, like he was always on the road. I just thought that was so cool.
Can we see under the hood?
Oh yeah, yep.
Hold on, I just caught the high standard. It's a standard hood. Is that anything? No?
No.
Well, there you go. It's double meaning.
No, you know what? It might be now. I never heard that before.
There you go.
And it is high too. If you look at the rest of the hoods around here. Yeah, I was at the Peterbilt show in Texas last fall, and they had us all lined up, and my hood was like 8 inches taller than everything else that was there. It's funny because not on air ride or anything. It's just the way it was built.
How's it go down the road?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Has it given you any trouble over the years?
No.
Any memorable tales?
Just the Cali trips are really nice. I got to explore a lot of Route 66 out there, just to make it there and back. And this truck was, at one point, it was sitting on blocks. It was just a frame, not a single stitch of air hose or anything in it, in the front axle and the rear ends, and that was it. So to have it all apart, put it all back together, get the bunk done, and then to have good paying stuff going out and coming back, it was just, the whole thing has just been a nice accomplishment.
And these were recent Cali trips, right?
Yeah. Yep. The week before Christmas and then like New Year's.
I know people are going to look at this video and say,
You can't
but
go
you,
to-
yes.
All
So
right.
what's the deal?
So that CVSA decal I got in Santa Clarita, northbound Castaic Scale, California. You can drive in and drive out. CARB is the ones who don't want mechanical engines, but I did. Actually, the first trip, I went all the way across the country, all the way back, went through all the way stations, didn't talk to a single cop. Nobody cared.
Did anyone go, hey, that's pretty cool?
These guys did at the scale, yeah. Because before that, my last roadside inspection was 2020 in New York.
Do you ever get stopped just so people can look at it? I know that happens sometimes.
Not really. I got pulled over 3 weeks ago outside Boston, 7 o'clock at night. The guy, because these trucks don't have shoulder seatbelts, they just have a lap belt. So he pulled me over because he thought I didn't have a seatbelt on, and he opens the door and he's like, "Oh, you got your seatbelt?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What year is your truck?" I said, "87." And then he saw the decal on here and then on the trailer, and he's like, "Oh, I'll cut you loose. You know, I see you have the decals, so no further action." I was like,
Wow.
"All right."
So the green sticker's good.
That's
green
true.
means
Yeah,
good.
yeah. He asked me if there was anything wrong, and he took my paperwork back to his truck, and he got, I had my trailer, so
Did he think you would say yes? Something's
I know,
wrong.
I know. Maybe some guys do. I don't know. But he saw that sticker, and then he was like, he stopped in his tracks, and he came up, and then he checked my windshield, and he saw that, and then he opened the door and he's like, "All right, you're good to go." So I was like, "Wow, it's actually true."
So no trouble in California.
No.
No stopping just so people can look at it. I bet that happens at some point.
It seems to get a lot more attention from like car drivers or motorcycle riders versus other truckers.
Do you have
At least
a CV?
in the Northeast. No.
Get a CV and maybe you'll get some nice shots.
Yeah, no, I'm too like grumpy most of the time. Don't want to talk to anybody. So.
And you truck in the winter? You went to California and
Yeah, I truck all
time.
winter. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like snow.
How often do you wash it?
All the time.
Does it get to live inside?
No.
Well, you keep it looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, someday I would like to, but.
Well, other than a building, any big dreams for it?
No, I mean what you're looking at is pretty much it. I couldn't stretch it. It's like perfectly proportional with the hood and the bunk and everything is like. I would love to air ride the front end and snap my fingers, but I also don't want to. It's gonna be one of those things where one thing leads to another, to another, to another, and I don't want to do that again.
What was the wheelbase?
220.
Do you plan on just trucking this one, or do you eventually want to expand and get a couple more so you can switch it up a little?
Oh no, just one.
One
Just
and done.
Yeah, someday. I mean, because it's 38 years old, so someday I'm not going to want to be running a 50-year-old truck because I'll be 50. So I'd like to do a.
Are you an 87 model also?
You know what's funny? So this truck was built September 86, right on the door jam. I was born September 3rd, 86. So same birthday.
And the last standard hoods were built in 87, right?
87, yeah. I know the last VIN was like a 211 something. This is a 209.
So it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
And is this your first time here at Louisville with it?
Yeah, yep. I never even would have thought they came. They asked, because we did the bunk this past year, and Tommy asked me if I would come be in the show. I was like, sure, yeah.
You just told me that this roof was also a part of the rebuild?
Yeah, no, that was done before because kind of right after I had to have it patched up like immediately because it was leaking so bad.
11 lights.
11
made it leak.
Yeah, 11 lights. Did the fiberglass cap, put 5 lights back where they were, and then I used Cam's build sheet and found out the horns, I think they're 27-inch. I got those from Grover in LA. They're expensive, but I didn't want to
worth it.
Yeah, they're great horns. I didn't want to put square because you could get affordable round front, square back. I'm like, I just can't do it. I just couldn't.
And then you were saying also that it is fast.
Oh, it's fast. Yeah. Yeah. 336 rear ends. When I got it back in 21, it had tall rubber on it with a 13 over, and in New England, the speed limit's like 65. So that truck in 11th gear, it would cruise at like 70, 72. So I couldn't even get in a 13th. Sometimes 12th, if I was going home empty, you roll the dice to run that fast, but 13th, forget it. So I put low pro 24 on it and the 18 and slow
yourself down.
Slow it down.
And how fast have you had it?
Well, out west, I mean, it stops at 80 the speedo, but there's much more. There's a section in Oklahoma on 44 you could run 80. So I had it buried there. But it cruises comfy at like 75, 80, 78 loaded. It runs good. But that's the thing I was gonna say about California too, is I don't blow a ton of black smoke, you know. It's tuned up good. It's for longevity. It has good power, but it's not like some of these mechanicals that you're looking at 700, 800 horse. It does pretty good. When I'm in the New England, if I kind of mind my manners, like my brown truck, I got over 7 miles a gallon with that one, but they had 370s and a 15, and it just was different.
Bobtail or pulling a load?
Pulling my trailer.
Nice.
Yeah, this I'll get like 6.5, 6.8.
Still not bad.
No, I don't think so. And it's all mechanical. There's no sensors. There's nothing. There's room under the hood, and you can tell what you're looking at.
Have you had to stop and fix it on the road before?
Nothing major. Usually, anything I've had to get done, I've been able to get home because there's only a few people that I would prefer to work on it if I have to, and especially the engine. I don't want just anybody going in there. So you gotta, that's the thing about being on your own, especially with an older truck, is like you gotta have a good kind of network of people that you trust and that are good to work on these things. Otherwise, you mess them up quick.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. This is excellent.
Gladly.
Thank you. I'm glad Dean told me to come and talk to you.
I have to go see him. Is he over there?